Alright, so, yeah, gonna make some changes here. Unfortunately, finding a gear set for this rear end is a little difficult. I could pay like $500 for a 390 gear, swap it in, and then have it, have the pinion set up and all that. It costs probably about $1,000. So I decided not to do that since I've got a shortened 9-inch on the way. I went to the local pull-apart yard. Didn't have enough time really to look for what I wanted, but this is a Ford 7.5. It's got a 331 gear. It's out of I think it's actually a V6 Mustang. Mustang weighed 3,600 pounds. This thing weighs 2,500, so it's 1,000 pounds lighter. So I'm thinking it should hold up okay. I really wanted an 8.8, but it'll be okay. I just gotta cut off that little ear, cut off these mounting tabs for the SOX suspension. The main thing that I have an issue with is how wide it is. So the freaking tires is gonna be way outside the body line, like right there. But I mean, it'll just be this one race that it's like that, so it'll be really goofy for a minute or two. But you can go ahead and get this thing set up, make me some mounts, and see if I can't get this thing up under here. Alright, so I got the axle out of here. I need to get some wheels and tires on this one so I can roll it under. It's kind of hard to tell, but this one is like 6 inches shorter. So it's definitely going to stick out. It might be more than that actually. So the flanges, we'll just pull, just going to pull some rough measurements on it. So yeah, this one's say like 59, the other one is like 66, so that's 7 inches longer, so it'd be 3.5 inches wider on either side, which I don't know, I guess it's not awful depending on the back spacing of the wheel. So I don't know, I'll have to look. I think I could get like some Jeep wheels. I think those are 5 on 4.5. But they're kind of like this, where it's got a really big back spacing on it for the side of the wheel. It's probably like 3-inch back spacing on a 7-inch wide wheel, something like that. But I need some wider tires anyways. But I've got that other rear end coming, so you can tell this rear end is way beefier than that one, by far. So hopefully that one does not have any issues. So I need to measure and make sure that that one is pinion centered or close enough, and then make sure it'll actually work. This axle is pinion centered. It's about 32 inches to center from both sides. From both sides it's about 32 inches, so that's good. So it'll be equal spaced. Well, like most things in life, doesn't always go to plan. This is a different axle. That one was going to be too wide, and it just wasn't going to work. There was too many things wrong with it. But I do have another project that one can go with. So this is a 10 bolt from a S10 Blazer, and I think it'll do better for what I need. got everything set up in here. It looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with it. Everything looks like it's pretty well set in there. The only thing I gotta do is set the pinion angle, and to do that I'm going to have to remake this bar, and I need the whole axle to come back about 1 inch to 1.5 inches so I have enough clearance. It's a really tight fit here in between the front, and I'd rather have more wheelbase, even if it's 1 inch more. The tire is 26 inch tall tire, so we need about 12.5 inches, and it is just right there at it. So that would be like scrubbing. So I think I want to get like another inch of clearance, and then I can also drop that pinion angle. And I think I'm going to change bar angle, because this is going to be, it's going to be way, the push point's going to be way out there, and it's going to try to wheelie. So I think I'm going to run this bottom bar up 2 holes. I mean, get that really aggressive so this thing will want to separate. And I think it should run out pretty good once I get everything set up the way I want it. I think this rotor is okay, but the one over there on that far side, the driver's side, I think the rotor needs to be changed. So I'll probably do pads and 1 rotor over there, and hopefully everything is good. I still got to do the plumbing for the brake lines, but I've just got my tube adapter here, the block. I'm hoping that these will just exchange and it's the same thread. I don't know. I could probably get an adapter to go on those ends, and it would probably work out. Just swap out the little brake block and the distribution block, whatever you call it. So the rear end should be a whole lot more centered. I'm also going to do a panhard bar, or not a panhard bar, an anti-roll bar. I think I may not do it on this one because I don't want to have to do that twice. So I don't know. I might not. Who knows? I don't even know where it would fit. Probably my panhard bar bracket's probably right in the way. I don't know. We'll see. As long as it's not all shuffled down. As long as it drives straight, and it looks like it should be straighter. I still have to do a little adjusting on it just to make sure that it's not riding funny. Don't want any body roll. So, I think I'll probably call it a day, and then try and work on getting those bars lengthened later. Working a little bit longer, went ahead and installed the anti-roll bar. So this will really help keep the body centered with the rear end. I've got some where are they at? Got some link bars with heim joints. So these bars will bolt here, and then I have another heim joint that goes on the end, and then I will weld it to a bracket that I make that goes on the rear end, and it just keeps the body from rolling over on the rear end. So it looks pretty good. I hope it's in there straight. I did measure from here down, so I hope that's straight enough. It should be. And if it's not, worst case scenario, I can just run one of these rod ends a little bit longer. But I think it's pretty parallel with the other one and parallel with the chassis, so, or perpendicular, I guess it would be. Perpendicular. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so this should help out a ton. This is a 343 gear. I need to get a mini spool for it, and I still need to get drive shaft lengthened. I'm going to have to extend the hoop, the drive shaft hoop down so there's enough clearance for the rear end at full droop. So this would be full extension. This would be all the way extended out. So actually, I could run that. Not quite that far down, but something close to that. Because that is at full extension. Anyways, yeah, so that'll have to be, instead of it being round, I will oval it and drop it down a good 2.5 to 3 inches, I think. Just not too much to where it's scraping the ground, but it'll be, I guess, it'll be the same distance as these brackets are, so those don't scrape either, so I think that'll be fine. Making a lot of progress for one day's work. Just about got everything done. I need to find some wheels for this thing so I can go ahead and put the radials on and get it scaled out and set up, ready to go. Yeah. So I've done a little work off camera. Added a larger drive shaft hoop so I can get clearance at full extension. Welded on the anti-roll bar tabs, so that's all set up. I measured everything out and have the link bars centered up and all that. I'm setting it up neutral, so I need to scale everything and see kind of where the weight bias sits. I want to be about 58 to 59 on the nose, something like that. I've still got to get a drive shaft made. It's going to be 25 and a quarter inches long from center of U-joint to center of U-joint. So it's not too bad. I've still got to check out this rear end. I've got to fix that caliper or rotor, whatever it is. It's sticking. It might be, I don't know if this e-brake may be stuck on or something, because it's got an inner drum as well. Gotta paint a little bit. I think I'm just gonna leave those spring perches on there for now. It's not doing any harm. It's not getting in the way of anything. So it's coming along. It looks pretty good. This kind of looks a little janky because this one is centered and that one is not, because the other rear end was slightly out of center. But now this is a pinion centered rear end, so it runs straight and true through from the transmission all the way back to the rear end. But I'm pretty happy with it. About 2 days worth of work. Got the whole thing pretty much set up. Got to get some wheels so I can get my radials on. But that's it so far.